The crew worldwide, from Cali to Twitter, real hardcore fans, boxing ass niggas, consistency cops, police the views, we'll pull up receipts for any debate you choose. Shout outs to Clan Archie for the dope production. Ring Gang stay with the best discussions. Ring Gang Radio.
Yeah. What's good, y'all? Welcome to another episode of Real Talk, where, as always, if shit's real, we talk about it. I'm your host for tonight, Patscorpio, the New England representative. And as always, I got my man with me. I'm gonna let him introduce himself.
What it do is Shutterworth the Gawd, aka LB Lauderdale Boss, aka the GOAT artist. Ring Gang forever.
Ring Gang forever. That's what it is, man. That's how we do it right here. That's the motto. It's the slogan. We live by that shit. Word.
Ring Gang Radio. I roll the R's. Ring Gang Radio.
Yo, you silly as hell, yo. But LB, man. So yeah, we got a couple, three topics we'll talk about tonight. First, we'll talk about we'll talk about the whole card from last week with Gervonta Davis and Hugo Ruiz. Before we go into the main event, though, your quick thoughts on the undercard for that fight.
Trash. I mean, honestly, I can't even. I'm trying to remember the undercard and jog my memory here.
We had, of course, in the preview, we had Lubin sending Ishe Smith into retirement.
Oh yes, okay, I remember that was okay. I think I watched it on YouTube. Yeah.
Yeah, that was decent. The young boy did what he had to do. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, you got an old timer out there, out of there, and he allowed for Ishe Smith to decide, it's time to hang him up, and you got to respect Ishe Smith. He's had a good career. He had a solid career. He did the most what he could do with his talents, and he tough. Never been stopped until that night. So hats off to Ishe Smith. Hope he enjoys his retirement, and I hope he's made good money in his career because he's put it on the line against some good fighters, and he was a truth machine for a while for a lot of guys, and.
Right, from Danny Jacobs to
still gave Jacob one of Jacob's hardest fucking fights, if you want to be honest.
Yeah, that's absolute real talk. Ishe's been there with a lot of. I mean, obviously they're from the same generation almost. But Ishe. Yeah. Let's go through. Obviously there's Mora on the Contender days. Randall Bailey. Of course, Randall Bailey was the more dangerous fighter back then.
I remember that Randall Bailey fight. I stayed up late that night on Showbox to see it. It was a tactical fight, bored the life out of me. When it was done, Ishe Smith was crying like he beat up, prime Tyson or some shit.
Right. Well, like I said, it was quite good because, like I said, because I think he got knocked down in that fight. Bailey went down in that fight. But like I said, though, Bailey, you survive a Bailey fight.
Bailey was dangerous. Ask Mike Jones how dangerous Bailey was.
Right, extremely dangerous.
No, I'm not getting at Ishe for that. I'm just saying, it wasn't one of the better fights I remember at Ishe Smith, although he won and it was a good win. What's that? Wallach?
Yeah, Paul Wallach, he took his 0. That was a fight.
That was a good fight Ishe Smith had.
There was Seichu Powell. He lost to Seichu Powell, Joel Julio. Fernando Guerrero. Oh, yeah. And like I said, he won the belt against K9. And then, he lost.
Real talk. I remember that fight. No, man. I had K9 winning that shit. No lie, nigga. I got the fucking I remember that's one of the fights I did off my old YouTube account, the Swag Science.
Yeah,
it's still up there if y'all want to see that shit. But shit did some views back then. But yeah, I thought K9 did enough to win that shit. But it was a TMT card.
Yeah, pretty much it wasn't. I mean, unless K9 knocked the nigga out, that he wasn't. You know, he wasn't gonna.
Floyd dancing on this nigga wife in the audio. This the fuckery, man. I'm telling you, like, it's so much shit in boxing that's went on that we like people forget about it. Like, we gotta just randomly bring out an old nigga like a Ishe Smith and talk about his career. And you just see so much come out of it, man. That's why it's like, you know, you gotta respect boxers, man. Like, they put a lot on the line for you, you know, entertainment and shit. Everybody can't be a top dog in the game, you know what I mean? You know, you need guys like Ishe Smith. So, you know, so it is what it is.
Yeah, so we hope that Ishe has a great retirement, you know, be able to tend to his children and whatnot, you know, and
he is in the history book too.
Yeah, you know, first Las Vegas born fighter, which I found was incredible to actually win a world title. All them niggas that actually lived in Las Vegas, and he was the first one. Hey, you know, gotta respect it.
Yeah, you have to, and then at the end of the day, he could rest his head on that. Like, that's respect. You know what I mean? So,
yeah, and then after that, I mean, then of course we had the actual TV card. Fortuna and Borgeray, which the less said about that fight, the better.
Yeah, next, I don't want to even. Ugh. Yeah. I was disgusted by that fucking fight. Like, I'm good.
Yeah, it was there. And then the other one with seems like he's the prospect of the moment for them for PBC, the Barrios fight. You know, and this nigga looked heavy as hell. You know, this nigga was big as fuck against Zamora. Zamora tried, you know, but I think, you know, and it was okay. But I think Zamora was just the guy was just too damn big. You know, and you know, you got what you got, but hey, it was a better fight than the Fortuna Borgeray fight, which brings us to the main event. Now, for most people that, you know, if you don't understand, you don't know, Tank was supposed to fight Abner Mares, a fight that I myself absolutely hated. I didn't like this fight either.
Well, it was a showcase fight. Yeah, let's be honest. It was a showcase fight with a name opponent who's gonna bring in the Mexican fans over on the West Coast.
Yeah,
Abner Mares is, you know, a name fighter. To me, he's a Hall of Famer. Fuck it. Abner Mares, he the dude. He made great fights. He's beaten all different types of styles, but, you know, let's be honest. You know, he's past it at this moment. He's coming off a loss with Leo Santa Cruz. Got to move and weight to fight a bigger dude in Tank, who's a hellacious puncher. It just wasn't the right fight. Yeah,
it wasn't the right fight. No, it wasn't.
But credit to Mares, because Mares actually wanted the fucking fight. Like, he was the one gunning for that shit. I don't think that was presented to Tank like that. I think it was more, from what I heard, was Mares was the one who actually wanted that fight. So that just show you what type of fucking fighter Abner Mares is. So y'all put respect on that name.
Yeah, you know, it definitely, and you know, and the thing is that that's it, because, you know, Mares is definitely on the slide. I mean, if it wasn't confirmed even before, after the fight, it was confirmed before when, you know, Mares had an unfortunate detached retina, and the story goes, if I understand that Mares is his woman. You know, Mares was complaining about not being able to see in certain, you know, when he looked a certain way, you know, like he wasn't seeing shit. And she told him, like, you better go to the doctor before you know, go into the fight. And then that's where they discovered the detached retina. So, I mean, Mares was probably saved from a possible career-ending beating. There's no question about that, because I mean, we've seen what happened. Like, I mean, best example of someone going in with a detached retina, Layman Brewster versus Sergey Likovich. You know, he went in there with a detached retina, and he, you know, for whatever, you know, the reason. Obviously, if you want to check the article, I've written all about this. That's a plug.
Forgotten Fades.
And then, you know, Brewster went in with a detached retina and came out ruined beyond belief. You know,
which is sad, because that type of effort, if he would have been 100% or at least have two good eyes, he could have very well won that fight. You know, classic fight, classic heavyweight fight. it's really like if you say the top, and I know I digress a little bit, but fuck it, this Forgotten Fate shit is dope. I would say Lamont Brewster and Sergey Lahovich for the 2000s, that decade. That has to be at least a top 3 or top 5 fight for the heavyweight division. Like,
that shit was my top fight for like I said, because it was one of those fights that came out of nowhere. I mean, you didn't really expect it because Lahovich wasn't really. He was blowing cold, but he was like bubbling after that loss to Maurice Harris and Mo Betta, and then you didn't. Actually, that's what boxing. You didn't expect a fight like that, and then of course, then you get all the details behind the scene, and you was like, damn, this fight is just. The fight should have never happened, but when it happened,
you end up getting a fucking classic,
and you end up
having a good fight leading up to that.
Yeah, and then you end up with not one but 2 ruined fighters. One who took too much punishment because he couldn't see. The other one who used up all his punch resistance in the fight, and never was able to take a good punch again.
It's like it's kind of bittersweet in the end with that shit, man. So
it is, and then
that's crazy about it all.
Right, and I think it's good that Mars is probably saved from a fate from that because that probably would have happened, So the replacement for that fight was Hugo Ruiz, who just last month or so or whatever fought on the Pac Broner card in the opening fight. A fight that me and LB did not necessarily like because it went on too damn long.
Yes, for that type of fight, it was too long.
Yeah, he didn't, So, but hey, you can't knock those dudes like, hey, guy's a former super bantamweight champion who had just moved up to feather, and he's like, you know what? Let me try to get this bag. Maybe I think it was like 39-4, 33 knockouts, something crazy like that. But he was chinny, in a way. Yeah, I don't think I didn't think any of us would actually believe that he would be able to hurt Tank. But hey, you never know. But then of course, Tank.
This is the thing. It's like he never even got the opportunity because I feel like anybody could get hurt in boxing.
Right.
I think dude had the size to really do something to Tank, but it never fucking happened. Never the chance.
I thought that would have happened too because Tank had trouble making weight again. He barely made weight this time. The first time around he was 0.4 over. Then he stripped down to his skivvies. He was 0.2 over. And then he had to, he was actually losing like another 0.4 or whatever to actually get down. But, I'm thinking to myself, like, this nigga must be draining this camp, So I think, okay, maybe Ruiz may be able to catch him. Tank didn't give him a chance. But before we get into that fight, can I begin to tell you how stupid that fucking entrance was? I'm sorry. But
yes. I had already got it out of my fucking memory, but go ahead and I'll bring that tragedy back up.
Yeah, but let's put it this way, nigga. Like, first of all, it's a thrill entrance. You do that shit on Halloween. Like,
yes.
Nassim Hamed did it against Wayne McCullough. He did it because the fight was a Halloween. And yeah, and Hamed did it, and this nigga was grooving to the ring, and Wayne McCullough was grooving in the ring. Because that shit was right. But this nigga came up
here. That's what Hamed had.
Yeah. But this nigga here, first of all, in the song, I was like, why are you doing thrill entrance? This is February, nigga. Valentine's Day is just around the corner, nigga. I'm just like, this is stupid as hell. And then after you see this nigga coming out there wearing the thrill jacket, looking like he didn't want to be here, and he was
geeking in a little bit. I was like, what kind of groove is this nigga doing? Like,
he wasn't grooving. I was like, my nigga, like, I know you a young boy, but you tell me you can't do some type of groove into the ring. I felt secondhand embarrassment watching that.
He looked medicated, like
yeah. I was like,
on some drugs. Like, you remember how Tyson used to come to the ring sometimes where they drug this nigga up so he'll get to the ring without killing somebody, and he'll try to kill the motherfucker in the ring, but like that's what a vibe I got from him.
Yeah, I don't know what that shit was, but it was just like, oh, this. I was like, man, this shit is so corny and swagless, yo. But I almost went on my whole little nigga rant for a minute. You know what I'm saying? Like, these little niggas don't got no type of soul no more. You know,
it just wasn't a good look. It just felt forced.
Yeah,
not necessary. Like,
yeah, no, I was like, that's not Tank. You know, like, I mean, if you're gonna do an entrance like that, you gotta be a little bit more dynamic. That shit wasn't cool. I wasn't feeling that.
Broner, like that's one thing you gotta give Broner. He knows how to make a fucking entrance. He knows how to vibe and bop to the ring. Now, letting his hands go is a whole different story, but
right, yeah.
You entertained all the way up to the fucking fight.
Yeah, you know, this is like, yeah, shit, I mean, this shit is that shit was just too. It was too much, and it didn't hit at all. I didn't get hyped for that fight, and then of course the fight happened, and Ruiz just, as you said, never got a chance to get going. Not at all. I mean, pretty much, Tank broke his shit ASAP. You know, broke his nose, and then the nigga took a knee.
He only got 100K for one round, shit.
Yeah.
Sign me up.
Yeah, right. You know, you know, this shit is bananas, man. It felt like a waste of time, man. It was a sparring session.
It did.
Yeah.
I haven't felt a waste of time so much since the damn Canelo Chavez Jr. fight.
Right.
Where afterwards, where they're like, "Oh shit, okay, the infomercial's over, but bring out Golovkin." Yeah.
Yeah, you know, it's just like, yeah. You know, this should have been the fight before like that. You know, fucking. But yeah, you know, it was overall the card was garbage. It was stupid garbage. You know, and yeah, PBC needs to be ashamed of themselves for this card, straight up and down.
I gotta figure it out.
Yeah, it was a stupid ass card, bruh. You know, it was a waste of time. You know, they gotta do better. You know, so but
like,
yeah, so,
I don't know, like what's their aim with this shit? Because it's like I kind of see what they're doing with Tank, and I get it, but it's just happening too slow. Like it truly is, and it almost feels like they're trying to move. They know Tank is the next star. He connecting, you know, niggas is fucking with him. He got that rapport. You know, the celebs come out to see him. You know, all the rappers, all the thoughts, all of them motherfuckers. So, you know, he's plugged in, but for some reason it's like, it seems like that's enough for these niggas. Like, they're just throwing exhibition matches for him. Like,
exactly, and he has a belt in a live ass division. You know, it's just like, you know, this thing.
Divisions, because this nigga he outgrew 130, so it's like he really has 130 and 135 to really be pulling opponents from, and it's like we getting fucking bottom of the barrel fucking Al Bundy toaster leavings.
Right.
That's the fucking quality of niggas they finding for dude. Like, you go into the fucking kitchen, you know, turn on the light, you ain't fucking buy no groceries yet. You flip over the toaster, you hit the back of it, and, you know, you get some crumbs, you know, snack, some fucking made up ass croutons. That's what we getting, and it's like, dude, this nigga got the talent to, like, transcend the sport. You know what I mean? Be a real superstar, and it's like, y'all still want him to be on career mode on the fucking easiest setting.
Yeah, and you know how I feel about that, because that's the type of shit that I felt, you know, was LSC was going through and what they're doing, and I low-key felt that it ruined LSC as a fighter, you know. But he hasn't been fully, and it hasn't been. To LSC's credit, it hasn't been fully exposed yet, but it's coming. You know.
Yeah, honestly, it got exposed a little bit with the first Frampton fight.
Oh yeah, for sure. And then
you saw it was there, and the Tank, we don't know.
Yeah, we do. We do. Yeah, we definitely don't know where he is because, like, I mean, the Pedraza fight, I think is probably the only in real instance of something. Okay, there's something. There might be actually something special with him. But yeah, we got.
He passed it with flying colors.
Yeah, but yeah, we need more of those with better opponents, and they're out there. But they can't. They stop violating.
Yeah, no more of these damn. Like y'all gotta stop with these fucking showcases. Y'all want to showcase a fucking good fight, a quality matchup. Y'all want to showcase something. Like, don't showcase me a nigga that knock people out, and y'all give him a person that we expect him to knock out. Like, without a problem. Like y'all taking it's the theater of the unexpected, not theater of the expected.
Right, exactly.
I don't want to know the end of the movie and the credits started rolling in the beginning. Like, oh yeah, I know it's gonna happen. Yeah, Tank gonna steamroll this guy. Yeah, that's right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, PBC is getting a little bit out of control. Now, it'll be one thing if these type of fights are actually producing, where like someone's trying to deviate from the scripts and bam, we get an absolute great fight. But we haven't gotten that type of fight yet from these type of cards.
The matchmaking is like unimaginative. It's like you gotta have a certain level of opponent, and they gotta have a certain level of guts in order to get the best out of them in those type of mismatches. And Hugo Ruiz, I think, because he fought so recently, yeah, he was in shape and shit, and he did the 10 rounds. I think maybe his body was just tired. He trained too hard. I don't think he was into it like that, and I don't blame him. Shit, it was fucking late replacement.
Right.
It is what it is. He got $100K for that shit. Hey, he still got a career. He didn't take too much punishment. He could fight again, later this year, end of summer or some shit. But
right, yeah, and between that and his payday and that, he got money to go pay off some bills for the next couple of months. You know what I'm saying? Because it's prize fighting.
Yeah, so the prize got to be worthy, but shit, what about the prize for the motherfucking fans, for the viewers?
Right, exactly. That's 22. So yeah, PBC, whoever the matchmakers are, y'all need to get on your grind, get on your ball. Like you can do it. I believe in y'all. Just put your matchmaking hats on. That's all you need. Think before you go.
The better fights for Tank. Like, it's like they moved him the way it looked like they was gonna move Broner if Broner would have never went up the 147 to fight Milanaji.
Right.
But the crazy thing is, the level of opponents that Broner was fighting at 130 and 135 completely shit on the opponents that Tank fighting.
Hell yeah, they did.
So it's like, oh, damn, like, y'all trying to make someone, y'all trying to make the star. It's like, but y'all not really making him. Like, y'all gotta give him. Y'all not even padding his record with no decent names. Like, y'all was gonna try to do that with Abner Perez, but the way fate would have it, that shit didn't work. So
right,
try again, motherfucker. Shit. Like that first, because that's why Tank struggle to make weight, because he fights so infrequently and it's only for 1 or 2 rounds.
Right, and eventually it's gonna catch up to where someone's actually gonna drag him deep if he's not conditioned correctly, and bam, you have another upset.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's coming. It is coming. It's definitely coming.
It just, he has to fight. You have to, like I said, you got to fight a certain quality opponent for an upset to even be imaginable. And right now he has it. Like, he hasn't fought it. So, if he keeps fighting these level of guys, then, an upset won't happen unless he slip on a banana peel or some shit and a nigga punch him in the same time or something like
right.
Some Looney Tunes shit. But yeah, man, next. I'm done with this fight. Y'all niggas step y'all shit up.
I feel, I definitely feel on that. But on the other hand, we had we had an ESPN card on Sunday, the day after. I also like the thought of having, when football season is over, so niggas need something to watch on Sundays, and I dig Sunday TV cards, man. I personally think it's great. We should have more of them. Until football season comes around, then y'all need to chill out. But yeah, we had a fight. It was headlined with Jose Ramirez putting his WBC super lightweight title on the line against Zepeda. Now, I have been saying that you can't sleep on Zepeda because Zepeda is like 21 with like 18, 19 knockouts, but his only loss was because he dislocated his shoulder against Terry Flanagan. And that's not it, but that's an unfortunate loss, but shit happens. But Ramirez in its and I was like, Ramirez is not gonna just walk through this guy, like he's gonna do like he did with his other couple of opponents. LB, what did you think of this fight?
It was a good, solid fight. Close, it was competitive. It showed us another dimension of Ramirez slightly. I thought he won. I thought he edged it out 115, 113.
Yeah.
And the way it happened was, I think, the way I was scoring it in my head when I was watching the fight, I had Zepeda winning, I think, rounds 1, 2, and 3. I think Ramirez came back for 4 and 5. That was close, but I felt like he landed the hardest shots. And then Zepeda kind of came back and took round 6. Then Ramirez started surging a little bit. He caught some more middle rounds. I had Zepeda winning one more round, maybe I think the 8th, or it was one round where I think he kind of rocked Ramirez. But I'm trying to think if it was the 8th or 9th, one of them fucking rounds. But other than that, I felt like he was fighting behind Ramirez in the rest of the later rounds, and Ramirez kind of just took over, So yeah, I think the scorecards, the 115, 113 was like perfect scorecards. Like I honestly see like that was the perfect score for that fight. 114, 114. I felt like you're giving. You probably had a swing round. You gave Zepeda a benefit of doubt on one round, swing round.
Yeah,
cool. The 116, 112, I felt like you're giving Ramirez a little bit more the benefit of the doubt. You giving him a swing round, but it's still not bad. Scorecards were straight. I'll just say that. Fuck it. I could agree with the scorecard. If it would have been like 117, 111, then I'd have been like, whoa, wait.
No, the only card, because the official card had 116, 112 for Ramirez, which I thought was bullshit. It wasn't that wide, and I thought
it wasn't. That's what I'm saying. Like it's like you gave Ramirez an extra round on some like, I'm a stab.
Yeah, no, but it was a fight where Ramirez. It showed that he probably you think we're going with the Garcias that dude actually used his jab more, because I think that's what a lot of fighters that go to them do. Robert Garcia makes them use their jab. That shit was abandoned in this fight by Ramirez, and it showed too because Zepeda was picking them off ASAP and early. You know what I'm saying?
The first half, like he was jabbing his ass off, but
yeah, exactly. And
Zepeda threw away the jab. He threw away the jab like in the later rounds, making the fight closer. Like if he'd have kept boxing like he did early, he would have won that shit to me.
Yeah, but I think either he got tired because Ramirez is a big cat for 140, and Zepeda is a normal size 140 pounder. So I think that's what played a part. And Zepeda though was hurting him at times. Like Zepeda did show parts of his power, but unfortunately not enough power to actually probably put him down. But you can tell that the punches that he was landing, solid punches, they were affecting Ramirez. But I think it's just the size and then the activity that allowed Ramirez to claw back into the fight. Because Ramirez's body shots, when he started getting him across the ropes and started body shots, I think he took took the win out of his sails. I think that's part of the reason why I think
the body shots definitely helped Ramirez out. Another thing too, Zepeda, he really started fighting behind him though. Maybe it was the body shots, but I don't think. To me, it didn't look like his body was getting killed to the point where I'm like, damn, but he can't do nothing. Like, he got hit with some body punches, but I mean, we've seen fights where niggas get hit with hellacious body punching and they still kind of truck it. And I mean, like, Zepeda, I just think Zepeda is not really the most durable type of cat. I think that's what really hurt him in this fight, because as soon as when he couldn't keep up the jab, it's like the fight kind of went away from him. I mean, Ramirez wasn't, if I'm gonna look at body punching performances, I'm not gonna say this was no crazy body punching performance. You know what I mean?
Right. It definitely wasn't, but it was effective enough that it was
definitely effective enough, but to the point where, Zepeda just fizzle out like that. I'm like, but they the ones taking the punches, dude.
Right, exactly. So I mean, Ramirez, let's say he got the win, but in terms of how I rate him with the other champions in the division, defensively, liability wise, I would say he's probably the weaker of all the four champions. I mean, let's just say if unifications came about and he didn't avoid the World Box Super Series tournament and win and face the likes of Relic or Baranchik or Prograis or Taylor and them, would he keep his belt? High chance he probably wouldn't.
I think he might be 50-50 in most of those fights, or 60-40 underdog. Like, I think he let me see.
Because right now he's crude as hell. I mean, there's no question about it. I mean, he has his shortcomings, but his physicality is bailing him out of those shortcomings.
I don't know if Ramirez doesn't look crude as hell to me. Crude as hell is like Carl Froch to me. Like
the thing was, Carl Froch though actually showed a level that he could actually box textbook, and that's what maybe changed. You mean the Abraham fight was the one that maybe
he can, but the way he went about it was still on some caveman shit. Like Ramirez, like I don't see caveman in Ramirez's game. Like I don't like.
Shit, I do.
Wasn't he an Olympian? To me, he just like if you're not doing a certain thing, I can't say you're looking a certain way. Like to me, his biggest thing was. He wasn't moving his jab, he wasn't moving his head, and he wasn't really he wasn't assertive enough the first half, and he wasn't jabbing. He was kind of fighting behind him, and then later on, the roles would kind of change, and Zepeda would fight behind him. So, he had to change that role a little bit with the body shots and, just being aggressive in the pressure, but, I mean, I just don't see it as no crude. But, like, I agree with you, like, there's no walk in the park for him fighting the other champions. I think I'll definitely pick Prograis against him.
Yeah, definitely for that. That's a definite. But Ramirez to me, I mean, I guess he still has a lot. To me, he still has a lot of work to do. But I mean, I look at him, and I mean, obviously, I'm still a little aggravated about what happened with him and Amir Imam. That was a fight that I thought Amir would have won, that should have won, but instead, we got what we got, and I haven't seen much of an improvement or change in style since that fight, which is why I'm saying why he's crude to me.
Or what's his name? Orozco,
yeah.
Yeah. Ramirez looked good in that fight, but a lot of people were still on some. Well, he got hit too much, and not really giving Orozco credit for just being game as hell. Like, so I gotta look at it like when you're fighting somebody and you're getting hit too much. Are you getting hit too much because you're being aggressive trying to beat somebody's ass, or the opponent you're fighting is game and you're doing what you gotta do, but he just getting his, or the guy just, you know, has a better strategy, better skill, and he's just better than you and he's hitting you more. And it was the latter with this fight, because I felt like Zepeda was just doing a lot of basic shit to damn piece him up. The whole stepping around, the pivots and launching the left, you know, the jabs were landing clean. He was throwing a good up straight. It was like I've seen Chad Dawson throw this kind of left hand. It's almost like a backhand. It's like a left uppercut or a left. It's a straight left that comes from like comes from under you. Like Tank does it too a little bit. But Zepeda was landing those type of lefts on Ramirez all night, and he was rocking him with a few of those.
Yeah.
So he did have some awkwardness. He did have some, you know, some skill, some tact in his shit. You know what I mean? But I don't think he was doing something that was just out of the ordinary, so crazy where Ramirez couldn't do nothing against it. And even then, it's like he still lost the first half of the fight. So
definitely. So
I don't think it's crude. It's more like I don't think he's applying the skills he know like that. Like Frotch, for his credit, Frotch is one of those guys. He always looked crude to me, but he's one of those dudes where he got the most out of that shit because he would box, he'd throw punches, he'd know how to hang in there and, you know, come back. He'd force the issue. Ramirez kind of didn't know how to hang with dude until like maybe I think the fourth round he started kind of, you know, catching up a little bit, and it was, and then also Zepeda, you know, he hasn't gone the distance that many times, so, you know, like I said, I just think if Zepeda had a few more distance fights, maybe he could even been more able to handle the pressure, you know, and the shit Ramirez was doing.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I mean, I get what you're saying though, but I just Ramirez is just a fucking question mark to me, bro.
Nah, he look like he is who he is though, man. Like I don't think it's really a question mark. Like when I've seen him before, I still don't think he beats Prograis. Even after the Orozco fight, where I thought he looked good, I still didn't think he would beat a guy like Prograis. I think a Mikey Garcia beats him. Booker.
I mean, they're talking about this nigga going up to welterweight, where I'm sure he'll just get annihilated at that weight by any of the top fighters there.
I don't know about that. You know what? I don't think it's gonna be like a Jorge Linares type of thing. He ain't gonna go up there and get bodied in a round by like a French guy. Like,
yeah, I mean, let's just say it, because I know if he goes up there, then it'll probably be like an in-house type of shit with, you know, try to get a fight with Terrence Crawford, and Crawford will just piece him up.
I think so too, but I think Ramirez can, because welterweight is like almost any given Sunday with these niggas, man. Like, I mean, you put Ramirez in there with a Jesse Vargas, Delorme, he'd be right up the alley with those dudes. He'd probably beat those cats. I think he'll give Sean Porter a good fight. Fucking Omar Figueroa. Ramirez could fit in there, but I just think that when we talking about he's going to get blown out, we saying it in the sense if he fight the top guys. Like, I don't see him doing nothing to Spence. I don't see him doing nothing to fucking Crawford, Thurman, Danny Garcia. But shit, yeah, the way he was open for all them fucking counters, if Swift catch him with some like
yeah, I mean,
so I don't know, man. I kind of agree with you, man. Like, but yeah,
let's first say, I mean, his life is because he does get hit a lot. If he goes to welterweight, if he's competitive, but I can't see him lasting long with how he fights at welterweight. He may be competitive.
I don't think he'll get a title. I'll say that.
Yeah.
Like, so he need to do what the fuck he need to do at 140, and because it's like, God, what the fuck is this with Why these niggas love moving up these Ramirez's in these damn good divisions?
Right.
I feel like they doing the same shit with Zerto.
Yeah, I don't know what that shit is all about. I mean, Zerto's trying to go up to 175. You know,
and that's worse for him because 175 got nothing but boxer punchers.
Yeah, got the punches. You know, like 147 at least. You got. I mean, 147 is not known as a monster puncher division. 175 is that division.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's kind of crazy, but hey, you know, it's boxing. You know, we'll see. So we'll see how Ramirez progresses, and you know whether or not they decide to wisely come out 140 to really to fine tune what he's doing, or or they gonna throw him to the wolves at 147.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see it. I'll be there to see it, like how it pan out, man. Like that's the funny thing with Top Rank. They got a lot of dudes over there that are teetering on a division that they might have a ceiling in. You know, almost their biggest guys. Lomachenko's, he's in a position where, his ceiling might be 135. Ramirez is looking like 140 might really be his ceiling. Zerto, it looked like 168 was his ceiling, but they talking about, light heavyweight, and I don't know how that's gonna pan out. So they got some career paths to decide on and trajectories.
Right. Oh man. Boxing. It's kind of crazy.